Alright, Alico 3 here. This is going to be a Mailbin. So, here's the bin. We'll stand up and look at it, I guess. Tons of stuff to get to. So let's get set up here. Talk about some of these packages, some of these sets and cards. This guy wrote my name on the outside, kind of different. Nolan K. So I bought this lot. I don't know why I bought this, honestly. Quincy Wilson. So this is a score gold to 50, and then contenders to 15. I think the whole lot was like $5 shipped. So I don't know. I'll probably put those in the store. Wait for a Florida Gators fan to hop in. Painter's tape, nice. That's cool. That's a Cam Newton. Mirror gold. 25 on that one. Focus, boy. Okay. We'll toss these to the side. During my videos, I like to save some of the cardboard just for shipments. Still can't get over this cold. Okay, cool. So this is going to be a lot of certified stuff. So I don't know how much the lot was. Not terribly expensive. Not the best cards either. But these are good to stock the store. So mirror signatures, Jermaine Curse to 60. This is the epitome of a sticker dump. What, 60-year player? This is cool. It's a blue patch auto of Ardarius Stewart from Certified. He should have a pretty big role on that team. They're extremely thin at receiver. I think their number one is Robbie Anderson. I don't know a lot about the Jets. I actually picked the Bills in my suicide pool, so we'll see how that turns out. Todd Gurley, fabric of the game. This is just a player-worn jersey. This card's probably only worth like $2 or $3, but $10.99. We got Derek Carr to 50 blue. Edelman $2.99. That's the catch in the Super Bowl. It's kind of neat. It did feel good to beat the Pats last night, though. That was a nice second half by the Chiefs. Roethlisberger $2.99. D'Angelo Yancey $2.99. Dak $4.99. Solomon Thomas $9.99. Cameron Meredith, Marcus Allen, and a gold team McCaffrey. Price on that, I don't know how much it was, honestly. It was probably like $10, so not crazy expensive. This is gonna get some head scratches from some of my viewers. Cedric Benson. So this is I was a Texas fan. I'll call myself a bandwagon Texas fan back when they had like Vince Young and Benson and Roy Williams. So this is just an exquisite. It's not even a rookie though. It's a second year, 2006. It's a 35 auto. I think it was like $1 plus shipping. So I don't know. All right, guys. I mean, we just got to start taping cards in. This pisses me off. So we're gonna take note of this package from California. We're gonna leave appropriate feedback. I'll let my subscribers decide neutral or negative. My vote would be neutral, but I don't want to be that harsh. But I don't know. So this is a mix in gold to 25, and I know a lot of the people that watch my videos get upset when they see shipping like that, and I think we've positively influenced the hobby to ship your cards with more care. It's kind of like the old adage or term that you would hear as a kid. You know, treat others how you'd like to treat yourself. Well, treat cards you sell how cards you buy. I messed that up terribly. Treat cards that you sell as if you bought the cards. That makes a little more sense. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Ma specific, but I mean, just put some care into it. Just because you no longer own the card doesn't make the card worthless. There are other people that put some value into the stuff they buy and pay for the shipping, which is lately on eBay has not been cheap. People have been charging me like $5 for $10 cards. I don't know what's going on with shipping prices and sellers. It's getting a little absurd. I like to ship everything for a flat rate of $3. I think that allows people to add stuff to their cart and not have to worry about combined shipping and all that nonsense. So I don't know. It's just when I'm buying, it's nice to know how much shipping I'm going to have to pay. I don't like getting weaseled with the shipping costs up to where they're just absurd. Here's a couple nice Peytons from a guy that he only had like 20 or 30 things in his store, but they were all like Peyton Mannings, and this one was really cheap. So this was like $30. I think that's a good price for the Rookies and Stars 10. So Rookies and Stars 10, that's a classic card right there. This was a tough pull back in the day. I think back in the day this card was raw worth about 60 or 70 bucks. Now it's probably worth 10, but that's kind of how most products are. They're worth more when they come out. There's a lot of hype for Peyton and Moss at 98, as most collectors know. So this is a Beckett 9.5. So a Surface 9, I don't think it would get a PSA 10 because I've actually snapped some Beckett 9.5s. I know I'm crazy, but I've seen how they grade the Surface 9. There's just like scratches on it, so I think it would be a PSA, I don't know, 9 or 8.5. So there's a Peyton Manning refractor. Probably just keep it in there. I don't know if I'll sell it or I'll put it in the PC. I'll have to see if I have one in my PSA registry for Peyton. He's always fun to collect. Obviously a Hall of Famer, as we know. And his stuff has cooled a little bit since he retired. You know, I mean, I think collectors have moved on to some of the younger quarterbacks. And but I mean, there's always going to be a market for Peyton Manning cards. He was definitely a pivotal player of the 90s and the 2000s. Actually, mainly the 2000s. So Wayne Gallman. So here's a Giants card for like $1 plus shipping. So this is the status blue to 24. My hands are like shaking. I don't know why. Jittery. I didn't drink any caffeine. I don't drink coffee. I don't. Every once in a while I drink a Monster for the hell of it, but I don't know. Here's an interesting way to ship a plain white. It's actually a good way if you think about it. I don't know how much postage she paid on this, but he's got tracking, so I'm guessing he just paid about $260. What's the price? $261 for a 3-ounce package is the new rate, and then up to like 7 ounces, it's $277. I'm gonna know this because I ship so many things out, but shipping prices are going to continue to rise, so that's just something we have to deal with inflation. That's another subject. So back in 2004, this would actually be a good candidate for a bear card, and it's not to any fault of Beckham. It's just the way the market is. There's more hype during the rookie year, and he had a sensational rookie year, and he's actually followed it up with 2 more great campaigns. So this is an SPX 14. I used to break this stuff back in the day. It's a fun set. It's very hard to grade because of the red foil just doesn't do well. But this Beckham used to sell for I think 100 to 120 raw. This was only $30, so I thought it was a good deal. It actually looks pretty good. Looks like maybe a chance at an 8.5. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm still kind of going through the 500 card order, and as most PSA orders, there's some good and some bad. So we'll have to go through it and see what everybody thinks about the order and if it was worth it or not. I don't know. I just took a chance, and I thought it would be fun for everybody to see. Definitely wasn't cheap, but I think all in all, it's going to be worth it, but not as good of investment as I thought. So Alex Rodriguez, Bowman Chrome Gold. This is just a neat card. So I'm starting to buy him up a little bit more. I know he's a kind of a prima donna baby, but he was a great player. Steroids or not, kind of like Bonds. I mean, if Bonds didn't have the steroids, yeah, he probably wouldn't have hit. Well, he definitely wouldn't have hit 73 or whatever, or what he finished with, 762 or something. But I feel like he still would have hit 450, 500. He was still a great player, stole bases, so I don't know. You got to take that into account, and I think Bonds is going to get in. It's just going to be a matter of time. His percentage of votes is rising every year, so I'm sure in the next 2 or 3 years he'll hop in, and I think it's valid. I think Pete Rose should be in though. That's the biggest snub to me. 4,000 hits, come on. All right, let's get back on focus here. This one looks good. This is a Topps debut. This is a beautiful card. I'm not gonna go in on my spiel on this set because I've talked about it so many times in so many videos. But this was scooped up for about, I don't know, 90 bucks. But it's a nice breeze. It is on card, so that's out of $4.99, and this is the one where you check that top left corner for chipping on that red. The majority of the time you're going to be chipped. This one is pretty nice. I think this is going to be a PSA 9 with an outside shot of the 10. So I'll have to look at it closer. Obviously, I mean, yeah, I can say a grade with the naked eye, but until you get the card underneath the light with some magnification, I mean, you don't know for sure. That's why a lot of people will send a PSA, and I saw a video of a guy that sent in like 50 Griffey 1989 upper deck cards, and I thought it was a cool video, just the whole concept of sending that many in. And he kept getting 6s and 7s, and he was kind of questioning, you know, I don't understand, these are pack pulled, but a lot of stuff happens in the pack, and you think about those cards have been sitting there for what, 28 years, so they've probably been shipped around the country, around the U.S., you know, numerous times, thrown around in boxes, and the cards just don't stand the test of time when they're being shipped that much. So, and with that set, a lot of the problem is it's got white borders like this card. So when you look at it with the naked eye, it looks fine. When you get underneath the light and look at closer, there's little dents and wrinkles, and that's where the 7s and 6s are coming from. So this was just, I'm starting up basketball, and I figured why not start with some Kobe's. I wasn't a huge fan of Kobe, but I do respect him as a great player. So Beckett Rock Hard Review. This will just be cut right out with scissors and then sent to PSA. I'll take a look at it though. I think it'll be a PSA 9. That's centered pretty good. So I don't have any use for it in that Beckett Rock Hard Review thing. This one was already opened. Oh yeah. I think I was just going through my mail. I was bored one day, and sometimes I'll open the packages, you know, off camera. I don't do all the mail in here. And I wanted to save this one for the mail day, for a mail bin, because, you know, I always get jokes about the mandatory Vicks. And here it is, 13 minutes in. So here's a mandatory Vic. This is actually the Rookie of the Year contender, so it's more rare than his Auto Contenders rookie ticket, which has a print run of 327. This is the 50, so you don't see these pop up very often. I think I have 2 or 3 of them now, so I need to get on that. But they don't pop up ever. I don't know if some of them you have to figure are still in boxes, because there are sealed boxes of this still. It'd be interesting to find out like how many sealed boxes there are left, like how much of a given product, you know, from 2001 has actually been broken. I mean, I'm gonna guess like 75 to 85%, but I don't know for sure. It'd be an interesting topic. I don't think there'd be a way to find that out though. I always think of weird stuff like that in terms of the hobby. This is cool. And it went pretty good, $25.50 shipped. So, but it's in one of these screw down retro cases. And something I've noticed with these cases, when you take the cards out, they're almost always not in great condition. I don't think these are the best way to store cards. Just my opinion on these. These are kind of outdated too. I don't think a lot of people use these anymore. So this card's probably been in here for 10+ years. But it's the Fleer Legacy Ultimate. It's kind of like a parallel. The base is $9.99. The Ultimate's $2.50. So it's a neat LT though, and I don't have it in the registry. And I have a solid Tomlinson registry, so this would be good if I could get like an 8 or higher. That's kind of what I look for. I don't get too greedy on some cards because it's tough to get 10s on everything. 9s are fine with me on a lot of cards, even like 8.5s. This is cool. This is just another Vic Auto I saved for the Mailbin. It's numbered weird though. It's 2 of 11. It's 2006 Leaf certified material. So this was his last season before he had to go to jail for the dogs. And it's just kind of a cool little gold parallel auto. It was like 12 bucks. I probably won't grade this. I don't grade stuff like this most of the time. I mean, if it's perfect, I will, but if it's just going into the PC and it's not part of the Vick registry, I don't really need to. So I get kind of slab happy with some of my stuff, but I'm trying to scale it back and calm down, not churn stuff out. This was I don't know why I bought this. He went to Texas too. I think I was just in the 2006, searching 2006 SPX, and I bought the liner. And so then I guess I might as well put a bid in on this Huff. It was like 99 cents. So Michael Huff, he was a good safety for a few years for Oakland. I think he had a couple other teams. But that's the 350. That's the gold version. This was a hot set back in the day. This stuff was hot. Like, I think boxes were like $250 when SPX 06 when it dropped. Came out like September 2006. That was back when I didn't break boxes at all. I would just buy the singles, and I was buying up Larry Johnson in that time frame. So those were great investments. Those are kind of some of the hard knocks that you learn along the way about who to buy and who not to buy. Like after last night, you see a big rise in Kareem Hunt cards. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm from Kansas City, and I love the Chiefs, but we just need to calm down. It's kind of like Judge. I mean, everybody knew his stuff wasn't going to sustain at those levels, so I don't understand why people pay it if they're just like shilling it up there or what. But I mean, it's not going to last. So if you don't care about the money, I guess if you don't care, spend whatever you want on a card. I don't know. It's just not smart to me. So I would wait on Kareem Hunt cards. I think he's going to be a great player. I just don't think like right now is the time to buy him. So that's just my 2 cents for this. Kobe Bryant. These are all rookies too. This was a lot. Collector's Choice rookie. We've got the tops again. This is a clean looking card. I wonder who that is guarding him. So these were just in soft sleeves, but this shipping job was great by my standards. Pretty clean card, Skybox Premium. That's a neat card. The ball's like got like a hologram around it or something. Metal. So I'll try to slab some of these. This was a really cool one, class of '96. Flare. Looks like it's in good condition too. These are just great looking cards. And another collector's choice. So that was a nice Kobe lot. I think it was like 15 bucks, 20 bucks or something. Here's a Vick. Is it a 10? Nope, it's an 8. So if you set this into Beckett, it would get like an auto 6 or 7. See how it's faded? And that's just the pen and maybe how the card was stored, like if it was stored in light or not. But in this case, it's really scuffed up. On certain cards, if my slab's all scratched up like this, I'll consider sending it in to be reholdered, and it's got like sticky residue. But on a card like this, I'll just keep it in here because it's like 6 or 7 bucks. It's not really worth it to me to get it reholdered. I mean, if you buy an older card, vintage, and it's been, you know, in one of those older slabs and it's kind of scratched up, and you want a nicer aesthetic appearance, then I would say do it. Send like 5 or 6 in, get some value. That's kind of my thing with sending to PSA. If you just send one card, you just kind of defeat the purpose because you're paying the same shipping as if you send, you know, 6 or 7. So try to get some value out of that. Alright, let's go with this one. We got a 4-net. So kind of a weak patch for a mirror gold to 25. A little stitching right there, but pretty much a 1 color. So I am done breaking certified 17. I broke a box of Absolute, and what's the next product I'm doing? Can't remember. I think something comes out next week. I think it's Impeccable. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff coming up. But I'm gonna break Prism when it comes out because that's always a fun one. That's my type of product. Wayne Gallman. This is orange or gold. I don't know what Panini calls them, but they're 25, and they're really cool cards actually. I don't know why I'm buying Wayne Gallman so much. Scripts for Success LT 2005. That's a neat card. Just Look at that design. The background there. Everything about this card's cool. It's not numbered, but I don't know what the print run is. Probably 300. I just throw out numbers. But that's a cool little LT. And neat card right there. Let's spice things up a little bit with a little bit of PWCC. You always know when you get something good in because he's got these Jiffy Riggy bag mailer. That's what they're called. But great protection, great seller. It's actually kind of annoying how good of a business they have. If you know, I'm not jealous. I'm just saying, like, I mean, they just do things the right way, and they have so many good cards. It's just crazy. But you just gotta, when there's somebody in the hobby like that, you just gotta, you know, kind of tip your cap to it and show respect. So let's see what's in this order from them. Looks like some basketball. LeBron James. This was like $60, so this is the Star Rookie Upper Deck. It's just a neat card. This one looks really good too. Man, from the naked eye, it looks like a 10. I don't see any chipping on it. Mint 9 on that. And then the Moss Bowman. This was around $20, which is about the rate for a Bowman 10, which is a good deal in my opinion. Because this is not a gimme 10. I've tried to slab these. I have a ton of these raw. But this bottom black is chipped up a lot of the time. Then you'll have little dents in the back corners. So 10 on that. We got an Edge SPX 8. This was around $20, so, and it's got a nice auto. Some of these are actually almost completely gone from this 99 SPX. This was the first year they did autos for SPX. Then in 2000 they went to auto jerseys, so this little SPX history. There's a really cool card coming up next that was not cheap. So here's a top season opener, 10. This is definitely not a gimme either with these darker borders. Recently slabbed in the second generation of the last gen slab. And here's the Lighthouse. And I actually have this in a 7, but this is the Rave. And I think this is like this has a low pop, but this is a 10 and it looks the part. So there's the number, and it says Rave on the back. This is filth. This is the PSA 10 of this one. So and that one is clean, Jesus. But the price tag on this, I put in my bid and it was like, the next bidder was like $10 behind me, so definitely a lot of demand for this card right here. I think a card that's going to be worth a ton in the future is his Contenders rookie in like PSA 8 or higher grade, because that's such a beautiful card, and that card is so sensitive. That left edge, the chipping is just so drastic in some examples of it, and it's got a pretty low print of 300. And Peyton there's only 200, so you just gotta factor in all that stuff. And here's some cool Vicks. So here's the price for you guys on these ones. So this SP, I had to pay up for this. There was somebody else that wanted it. A lot of times with Vic stuff, it's just me, so I get stuff pretty cheap. But this was 85. It's crazy. It's a Bowman Chrome Gold though. It's neat. You don't see these a lot. 99. So this is a superimposed image, and a lot of times I'll stay away from these. If it looks natural, then I don't have a problem with it. But if it looks weird, that makes sense, and I'm not really into the card as much. This one looks natural. Breeze has one. It doesn't look as natural, so I'm not a huge fan of the Bowman Chrome Breeze. So I don't know. It's kind of picky sometimes, but there's so many cards out there. You have to set some parameters. I mean, I think here's what a 10 looks like. Now, obviously they're not taking the auto into consideration, and I won't use the auto PSA thing, even though they do great autos. Now, I'm just not really integrating autos anymore, and that's just a personal preference. So, I mean, as long as it's not like streaked across or like crazy light, then I don't really care. So I'm more concerned about the condition of the card. So Topps debut Vick 10, beautiful. What's the price on this one? Yeah, $134. So definitely not cheap for this one, considering you can get Raws for $30. So you're paying up for this 10, but you're also paying up for a really nice condition card. So, and the 9, this was a steal in my opinion, $34. This is the Upper Deck Gold. I'll just call it the rookie exclusives, 22 of 50 right there, and it's a mint 9. So some nice Vicks. They went higher than I thought for sure. Vick's hobby is pretty steady. Hasn't dropped much lately in the past couple of years, and I actually think it's going up a little bit. It might be just because I have most of his cards, and there's some people out there that liked him as an athlete too and want some of his cards. Here we go. So I'm starting up a new project. This is kind of the first order of it, and these were $478 and $440 respectively, plus $2.99 shipping. And Michael Jack Schmidt. So this is a second year Schmidt, and what I'm going to do is send in all vintage cards, and in my for my I'm going to use the term vintage 1983 and prior to that. So anything 1952 to 1983 is fair game for this order. And we're going to prep like a bulk order, I don't know, like 75 cards or so, and we're going to send it off and see how we do. This Schmidt's in rough condition though, so I might just go into the binder. You see that? I mean, this is probably like a 3.5 to 4.5 or something. It's centered okay, but so I'm not just going to send cards to send them. We're going to look for some nice examples. And the one thing I fear about doing this is we're going to get a lot of cards that are like altered, like colored or cut. So it's just going to be an experiment. We're going to try to do as well as we can on it, but I can't guarantee any great grades because these cards are old. They've been passed around from buyer to buyer over the years. So I mean, this one's off-centered. Probably won't send this one in either, but I mean, I'm trying to make an attempt to do something different, do something with the older cards and not get too hung up on the newer stuff, because I like all cards. It's just a lot easier to grade the modern stuff because it hasn't, changed hands so many times. I think people take better care of cards now than back in the 70s, I mean, they just kind of, you open the pack, throw them in a box, put them in soft sleeves. So that's why older cards command such a premium in good condition, because it's all supply and demand based. Fournette, this is the red X Factor 149. This is actually my least favorite parallel of all of them. I don't know why. Those little squares they remind me of the Topps Chrome X Factor, and I was never a huge fan of those. That and the green refractor, I never really liked those. Here's a LeBron. Nice painter's tape though. Let's see his face. There he is. Topps 2003. Let's check the centering on that. It's a little fatter on the left. Top to bottom looks pretty damn good. So I think the goal would be, if it's got clean edges and corners, to try to pull a 9, but it might just be a nice 8, which is fine too. This was cheap, like $5, but it's a Vick UD Victory 2001 PSA 10. So definitely an assortment of Vicks in this one. Something that's non-card related. We got a Cam Newton Topps Chrome 2011 base. That'd be a good candidate, maybe. But something with a lot of these cards that aren't gradable, if I don't want to put them in the store, they could become nice binder cards. So kind of having fun with the binders recently and not getting so obsessed and crazed over the grading. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love grading and PSA, but definitely it's good to switch things up, you know. I mean, you can't, in my opinion, you can't always be doing the same thing in the hobby. It's going to get old. So there's so many different avenues and roads you can take in this hobby, from group breaks to breaking your own boxes to doing binders to grading stuff to just collecting PC stuff and putting them in storage boxes to making videos, posting on Instagram. I don't know. There's so many things you can do with this hobby. That's why it's so fun. Forums, card shows. I mean, possibilities are just endless. And there's so many great people in this hobby that I honestly didn't know there were this many people that collected cards. You know, with the amount of enthusiasm and passion that, you know, I have until I started up the YouTube channel in 2010. So it's actually pretty cool. Just a longer video. I just want to get through this mail so I can get the feedback left, get this stuff processed. Here's another Wayne Crazy Legs Gallman. I think that's his nickname. I don't know why. But it's a 15. These are my favorite parallels from Elite this year, which is a fun product. Here we go. This is going to go in the store, but Charles Barkley, PSA 9. So that's a neat card, and it was like $200, which is kind of what these go for, 200 to 250. That one looks great. It's off centered, obviously, but the Jordan 9 goes for like what, 10 or 15 times that. This is going to be a long video. This is in a dinosaur case. So this is Lone Star Signatures. I've never seen a PSA 10 in this. I've seen a 9. I actually think I have a 9. So this is an on-card auto, not numbered, in the TCU uniform from Top Stadium Club 01. Not a lot of 2017 stuff in this one. But I always go through spurts in collecting. We got some dummy cards, and then this was just me taking a chance on something. It was like the price of a PSA 9, and if it looked good in the slab, I was going to snap it and send it to PSA and try to get a 10. If it doesn't look too great, I'll just keep it in this case and resell it and try to break even. So to me, it's a win-win situation. There's not a lot of risk in doing stuff like that, in my opinion. Here's one that's open. Oh, this card's beautiful. I opened this one and I wanted to show it. So this card went for like $20 more than a raw one. And I broke a ton of this product, and I know these cards come out of the pack with bad corners and edges because the quality control was bad this year compared to 2017 and 2016. So when I saw this 10 in auction, I just put in a bid and I took it down for like 120 or something. And I actually just sold one raw for 100, so I think that's a great deal. So PSA 10 Mariota, that's the base certified to 199. Those are beautiful cards. Those are some of the best cards that Panini makes, in my opinion. Even though they're stickers. It's crazy amount of tape on this one. This is an Amon Green Future Watch 98 to 2000. Beautiful card. For like $7, I don't know, something crazy. Nobody collects him anymore. He's an extinct tailback. There's no place for them in the hobby, really. This is sweet. It was cheap too. It was like $25. It's an LT Certified Accomplishments, the 2006 Most Valuable Player, black 101. It's cool. Here's one from Ted from TNT North. Kind of a lax shipper. You guys ever deal with him? This is me. I was trying to buy like 6 or 7 items so I can get the combined shipping. Right now we won 2, so this wasn't a good deal. But it's Juju Smith-Schuster to 99. And beautiful set. Pros and Prospects 2000. Sean Alexander to 1000. That's the set with the Brady. Got about 5 left, and then we're going to cut the video. This could be the longest Mailbin ever. I don't feel like getting this one out. God. Some of these are tougher to unwrap than others. Alright, got it. This is the rookie orientation UD Victory. LeBron. Black borders, so watch on those. Look at that care. Handle with care. Good shipper. That might not be mine. Nah, that's my brother's. I knew because it was Chris Godwin. Alright, last one. Piazza SGC. This is cool. 98 gem. This was like 35 bucks, so that was a great deal. PSA 10s go for like up to 100 bucks. So, and I trust them. SGC. I think they're a great company. So maybe we'll do an SGC order soon. So that's it, guys. That's gonna be this Mailbin. I'll get this one up later.